let's read about instruments that we use to investigate. Wait a second. I thought instruments is something that you play, like a flute or a piano or even a cowbell. But these don't look like musical instruments. And you're right. These are instruments that we can use to measure. To measure. What is to measure? I want you guys to keep thinking about this word, measure, okay? And let's look at these pictures and see if we can't figure out what it means to measure. All right. These are instruments. Now remember, these are not instruments that make music. These are instruments that we use to measure. And they all look a little bit different. Wow, what shape is this? It is a red triangle. Very good. I count 1, 2, 3 vertices and 1, 2, 3 sides. Definitely triangle shaped, definitely red, and it is called a funnel. Can you say funnel? Great job. You can use a funnel to carefully pour one liquid into another bottle. Look, he's not spilling it. It's all clean because of this instrument, this tool. Kind of like a Mouska tool, but we're gonna call it an instrument. And he uses the funnel to pour into the other jar. Great job. Let's see what other things we can use. This is one of my favorite because it helps you draw a straight line as well as measuring, and it is called a ruler. Can you say ruler? Good job. A ruler is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 inches long. I don't know if you can see the numbers right there, but it is 12 inches long, and that's a ruler, and it helps us measure. Can you see what she's measuring? She's measuring some leaves. That way, she can see if they are long or short. This is a hand lens. We've seen this before in our classroom. This is a hand lens. And you can use it to see things a little bit closer and a little bit bigger. That way you can look at all the details that is on that feather. Great job. Hand lens. Oh, what is this? Maybe you can squeeze the end of it and a little drop will come out, and that's why it's called a dropper. It is called a dropper, and you use it to put little itty bitty drops into something else. So she is using maybe some blue dye to drop into the water. Did any of you dye eggs a little bit ago for Easter? Right, you might have used a dropper to measure out the dye that you used. Great job. I like how she's being very careful and she's really looking at how many drops come out. Drop, drop, drop. Oh, look at this one. It is called a balance beam or a scale. Very good. And it will tell us which is heavy and which is light, right? So these are one rock or a lot of rocks, and we see that they're about equal because the balance is not going one way or another way. It's staying right in the middle. So these are probably equal. Even though these are more rocks, it takes all these little rocks to equal out one big rock. And we can measure it on the balance beam. Like this boy is doing here. He's probably the one who had to count 1, 2, 3. I wonder how many of these little rocks it takes to weigh as much as that big rock. The big rock must be very heavy, and these little rocks must be kind of light. Oh. And look, what is the most important instrument of them all? A pencil. That's right. You have to use your pencils to write down all your observations, everything that you saw, so that you can look back and read your notes and think about it. To come up with your solution or how you're gonna fix the problem, right? And they're talking about what they're writing to help them think. Very good. So here are the leaves that they measured and the rocks that they measured. And here's the feather that they observed and the liquids that they poured with the funnel. Wow, they must have had a fun day. And that's it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed looking at all these measurement instruments. Remember, they're kind of like Muscatools. They help us, but we call them instruments. And what do? They measure. That's right. These are instruments to measure. Well, you guys, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.